Hello, good day, and welcome back to the second episode of The Lounge by the Department of Management, where we have a chat and get some top tips from the top minds of the department. I'm your host, Kavishka, as always, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Chanu Samaranayaka. Hi, Chanu.
Hi.
It's great having you here. How are things?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great as well, hosting a wonderful show, which we have planned today. So, to get started, to introduce Chanu to our audience very briefly, she is from the 18.1 International Management batch, someone with an extremely impressive set of experience behind her. But I'll leave that to her. So, Chanu, just for us to get to know each other, could you introduce yourself to us?
Okay. I am Chanu Samaranayaka and I'm from Plymouth batch 7, as you correctly said. Currently, I work as Executive Human Resource at Mars Holdings. Me as a person, I would like to take long walks and read books during my leisure, and also I would like to call myself as a people's person. So that's pretty much about me.
Great. A bookworm who also likes going out. So a paradox of sorts, but it's great having you, Chanu. And so you specialized in the international management aspect of business management, right?
Yes.
So what led you to making that particular choice?
Yes. The reason why I chose international management and business offered by the Plymouth University is that I believe that when it comes to business, I wanted to capture the broader scope of business, not only human resource, but also marketing, business ethics, and international business, and etc. So likewise, based on that opinion, I decided to select international management and business specialization.
Great. So, in your opinion, I was just thinking, would that be easier than specializing in something, or would it be actually harder having to learn a bit of everything?
In my opinion, it was a bit hard because we had to learn everything, a bit of everything. Marketing, we had marketing, accounting, and logistics, we had everything. But it was, at the end, it was all worth it.
So like a jack of all trades scenario.
Exactly.
Cool. And of course, as we were talking earlier, as we got to know, your studies aren't the only area you excelled in. I have a long list of co-curricular activities or extracurricular activities that you excelled in. So would you like to take us through them?
Yes, I would like to start like this. Back in school, I was a very outgoing and a very sporty person. But when I was coming here, I had a thought to myself, no, Chanu, you should not do any extracurricular, just focus on studies. But as soon as I stepped into this great university, I was being taught how important it is to have a balanced life of both academic and extracurricular. So after that, I decided to enroll in several clubs and societies. So I kick-started my journey with Student Wellbeing Association, where we helped students to improve their well-being when it comes to mental and both health. And then after that...
were you in any particular position?
Yes, I was the assistant treasurer,
right.
And that was the very first society I enrolled in.
So the money, you
yes,
right for the money.
We were the money makers back then.
Excellent, right.
And after that, I joined Entrepreneurship Circle as a marketing director. And then when the club was reforming, I was promoted as the vice president in the Young Entrepreneur Startup. It was a platform where we encouraged our own young entrepreneurs to come there and sell their products.
By products, you mean things like?
Cupcakes, birthday cards, slippers, and bags.
Anything.
Yes, pretty much everything. So from that, we were able to capture a lot of good skills in our university. And then I joined Marketing Circle as a vice president. From there also, I was able to gain the required marketing exposure when it comes to the undergraduate life. And the main and the significant achievement in my university life would be the initiation of the NSBA Model United Nation.
Wow, okay.
And I was appointed as the first president of the NSBA Model United Nations. So yeah, it was one of my dreams since day one.
Right,
so
right.
yeah, that was about it.
Cool. So the Model United Nations, MUN as it's also called, I'd like to just talk about it a bit more because I can see how much you are into it. So for the benefit of our viewers, what exactly is MUN?
MUN, Model United Nations, at NSBM, what we did was we worked towards sustainable development goals. Personally, me as a person, I work towards quality education, developing quality education in our country. So I currently I work as a social activist and I promote quality education in both genders equally. So that is one of my dreams in future, to work with United Nations and make the world a better place for everybody.
An amazing goal to live up to.
Yeah.
Now, this MUN, is it the thing we see where, you know, kids represent countries and...
Yes. Yes.
So, have you ever represented a country?
No, I didn't have, it like we were planning, in our university we were planning to have inter-university competitions, inter-university model United Nations, but unfortunately the pandemic hit, so all our plans were in vain.
Right. Sums up so many of our undergraduate lives. We were having a great time and then the pandemic hit. Yeah. Right? So, speaking of the pandemic, huge downer for all of us, right? What were the, if you had to list them, any low points in your undergrad life? The highs, the lows? What was your roller coaster ride like?
Yes, pandemic and our undergraduate life was very, I can call it very painful because we had to spend our entire third year in front of a camera and in front of a laptop, I would say, laptop and listening to lectures and doing online exams and not meeting our friends and, you know, stay 24-hour exams. It was very difficult for us, but at the end, we were all managed to cope up with it and get the best outcome.
Right. I mean, it's something that we have to get used to. Might as well be in college instead of it being when you step into the workforce.
Exactly.
So I love how you look at it,
Yeah.
Chanu. Now, despite all these challenges, right? I was wondering, so you had all these co-curricular activities going and you excelled in your studies. What kept you going throughout it all?
For that question, I would like to answer like this. I had two group of people who helped me throughout this journey. The first group would be the amazing bunch of friends I had. Like they were so supportive. When I am down, even at my lowest, they were there to take care of me, motivate me. And so it was a shared bond between us. And the second group would be the amazing lecturers we had in our university. So they were always there to guide us, and whenever we need help, they were just a call away. And it was amazing. So both parties helped me to grow as a person and as an undergraduate.
Right. Now, on one hand, you have your friends and your co-curriculars. On the other hand, you have your lecturers and your lectures. Having done so many things, Chanu, have you ever had to bunk lectures?
Okay. So, if you know me, like if you ask my friends, I was never a person who bunked lectures because I always wanted to focus on lectures. So, I used to be a front bencher. But there was this one day, I remember it was one of my, I don't know, like nice memories actually. Like there's this one day we had a project from our entrepreneurship circle called Secret Valentine Project, where we sort of a fundraising program. And then because of that, we had a lecture, HR lecture next, and then it was Mrs. Sulakshanis. Right. And then I never thought to bunk it, but then I went to the lecture hall, and then I kept my bag, and this sir saw me, and then the sir was like, okay, she's here. And then the stupidest thing what I did was, I kept my bag and then went outside from the back door. And then sir had noticed that, and he had come all the way to the business center, which is in the ground floor. And then he was like, I'll come in for the lecture, or shall I inform the VC? And I was like, we were like, me and two of my friends, we were like, no sir, we'll be coming. And he took three of us to the lecture hall. And then, yeah, that's the funny and the
At the time, it must have been horrifying.
Exactly, very horrifying. I was so afraid, and I was like, and then at the end of the lecture, we went to the sir and said, sorry sir, this won't happen again. He was like, no Puta, don't do this. No hard feelings, don't do this again. And it's like, no sir, we won't do it. And yeah, so I tried to bunk a lecture one time, and then, yeah, it was, yeah, very memorable.
So that makes all your academic, your extracurricular activities even more impressive, because not having bunk lectures, practically superpower, so it's crazy. Right, so Chanu, very interesting story. And while we were researching for you, we were just wondering a few things we'd like to pass by you, get your thoughts on, very quick questions, right?
Okay.
So, rapid fire, favorite subject?
Business ethics.
Cool, any reason?
I love the lecturer.
I see. So, I mean, my next question was going to be your favorite lecturer.
Yeah.
So, I guess that
it's
would
Miss
be...
Jani.
Cool. So, law, ethics, that whole vibe.
Yes.
Excellent. Any role models?
In university, yes, I had one that was Miss Thilini, our dean. And when it comes to my personal life, it's Miss Chanu Samaranayaka, who's the youth envoy for the current United Nations Secretary.
Right, someone amazing to look up to, who
Yes.
I've heard of as well. Are you into sports by any chance?
Yes, I did back in school. It was
You played,
netball.
Netball?
Yes.
Didn't think to continue here?
No, as I thought, I was a person who wanted to focus on studies.
Right.
So keeping sports side aside, I went with subject circles.
Right. Okay. So stick to what you do.
Yes.
Excellent. And I have a personal question, Chanu. Ever had a crush here?
Yes, I did. I had a crush even since first year. And
Okay.
then, yeah, it is a nice experience. And then we ended up having a relationship.
Yeah! Congratulations! Wow. Happy stories all around. So while you were with your crush, where do you usually hang out? Did you have a favorite hangout spot?
Hang out, actually, not only with the crush, but also with like a lot of our close friends used to go to the business center. We used to have long roundtable discussions. It's like
Official things?
not official.
It started
it's a mix.
official?
It started officially and ended up being talking, unwanted stuff.
Right.
So business center was always our go-to place. After every lecture, we used to go there. One thing, because of the AC, we had an AC room there, and it was actually very fun-filled moment. We talked our plans, and we did a lot of events. We planned a lot of events there. So business center was always our go-to place.
Right. Okay. So I know finding AC here is a bit hard. So
Yeah.
once you find some place with AC, you're definitely going to stick there.
Exactly.
Right. And so all these events you planned, right? Any that stand out in your mind?
I think all the events we planned, starting from the fundraisers projects such as Secret Valentine to Emerge 2020, Envision 2020, and
So
these are events we plan through our circles.
Right.
Envision 2020 from Marketing Circle, Emerge 2020 from Entrepreneurship Circle, and Model United Nations, we used to have mock debates. So likewise, we were able to do significant events at NSBM, and we are really proud of it as a batch.
great.
Yes.
The Plymouth batch achieving
Yes,
great
Plymouth
things.
batch 7.
So with all this experience behind you, and of course you are currently working as well, what would your next steps be like, even factoring in your work experience?
Yes, right now, my main intention is to gain the corporate exposure that I'm currently getting. And then I would like to pursue my master's in human resource management. As I told before, human resource management is my passion. Because I am a people's person, I feel people so well, and I think that's my calling.
It's like a talent you have naturally, so might as well make some money out of it.
Probably.
Right.
And yes, after that, pursue my master's, and then my final goal would be to join UN, United Nations,
Wow.
as a country representative. As I said before, I want this world to be equal place for everybody. So, yeah, that's about it.
With that skill set, Chanu, I'm 110% sure you're going to get there.
Thank you.
And for the undergraduates who are watching this right now, I'm sure they must be incredibly inspired by everything you said. What advice would you give them?
Yes, my main advice for all the undergraduates would be the things I learned from this great university is that never be afraid to take challenges and never be afraid to fail. Never be afraid to fail. So take all the challenges, because all of these challenges comes with opportunities. So yes.
Don't be afraid, just go for it.
Yes.
Because I mean, if not now, when? If not in your university
Exactly.
life, when? Great. So again, thanks Chanu for that. And finally, now that we've given you this platform, I'm sure so many people must have helped in bringing you here. So is there anyone you'd like to show your gratitude for, give a shout out to?
Thank you so much. Yes, my entire university life, I'm grateful for so much people here, starting from the amazing lecturers, including Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, Professor Bharata Dodankotua, and Professor Chamida Ratnayaka, and our dearest Dean, Ms. Thilini D. Silva, and our course director, Sulakshana D. Alves. Thank you so much, and all my lecturers. Thank you so much for giving this platform, giving this amazing university for us to grow up and level up our skills, groom ourselves as young individuals to the world. Thank you so much, and I'm really grateful, and I'm happy to say, and I'm proud to say, I am a proud product of NSBM. Yes.
And all the best to you.
Thank you.
Chanu, ladies and gentlemen, Chanu Samaranayaka from the 18.1 batch once again. Thank you for being here, and we will catch you next time at the lounge by the Department of Management. See you and have a good day.